Good morning everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're doing some maintenance on the Passat, doing oil filter, fuel filter, air filter and cabin filter. So basically it's the first time I've ever worked on this car. I've owned it for about 3 months now. It's a 2015 Passat 1.6 turbo diesel. So getting a new oil change, got all the Volkswagen parts, so got all my tools all out ready to go. Let's get it jacked up in the air and have a look at what I need to do, because I've never done it before. I've looked into it, did a little bit of research. I know what I need to do. So we'll get started on it and I'll show you what this thing looks like under the hood. And let's get started. Let's get her opened up now. See what we're dealing with. I have looked under the hood before. Beautiful thing that it's got struts on it, which helps. Oop. So that's the fuel filter in there, so I'll be replacing that today. I know I've got these, I think I got these hex filters, screwdriver kit. Pretty sure I do. Fuel filter is down there somewhere. It's a cartridge. Anyway, down there somewhere. So that's the turbo diesel. It's 1.6 turbo diesel. Turbo is right there. Hopefully I never have to replace that. At least it was my turn owning it. So air filter, got a new one to pop in there. And yeah, so that's her there. She's got about 65,000 miles on it, so not too bad. We'll get some wheels on it at some point, but right now it's just about maintenance. So let's get it jacked up in the air and see what we're looking at. Okay, we're under the car. Got it all jacked up, got sitting on jack stands, also with a support jack, so we're good to go. Should be fun. These are the hex screws or star keys I need to start taking off to drop this undercover. There's quite a few, so I'll get to dropping that and let's see what it looks like up underneath. All right, so I got the cover off. Now this is the cartridge here where the filter is sitting in. So it's a 32 mil. It's got to pop that off. Move some of these. Oh, sorry, move some of these wires out of the way so I can access it easier, and then let it run all over me, as oil does. And then drain plug is there. Take the drain plug out, let that drain. Yeah, so that's 32 mil that you need there, and the hex screws that hold the splash guard on are T40 and T25. So make sure you have those in your toolbox because they're important bits. So let's get this off. Let's get the drain plug off and let's start draining the oil out. Okay guys, just moving along here, letting the oil drain. I also picked up a new drain plug because it's only like £2, so it's worth it, because it's you could get rounded off or anything. So I'm gonna put a new drain plug in now. The oil's drained out, then we'll drop the cartridge and get the new seals put on that and the new filter in it, and then we'll put that back in the car. So let's go ahead and thread this bad boy back in there. Pretty long drain plug actually, but you can see why. Okay, I'll get that tightened up now, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, let's tighten that up now. Okay, so this is the cartridge that comes off when you take the filter out. That's the filter. Pretty old filter. Hasn't been serviced, I don't think, in a while. So there's the new filter. Got to put that in now. Replace the O-ring. That's the old O-ring. You can see the O-ring on the new one there. So hold it still. So I put the new O-ring on. So that's pretty much it now. Just gotta put it back together and then fill it back with a little oil. So let's get going on that. All right, got it lowered back down now on the ground. This is the oil I'm using today, which I always use Castrol. It's my #1 oil, go-to oil for servicing. Go start filling it up now, and then it's supposed to take 4.7 liters. I've got 5 liters, so it should be good. Let's start filling it up. Right, now next job is tackle the air filter, which looks like some more hex screws, torque screws to take loose, and we'll pop the new filter in there. That's the next service item we're working on. Then we're going to tackle the fuel filter, which shouldn't be too bad, to be fair. So get that done, and then it's the task of finding the cabin filter. So let's pull the air filter out and see what it looks like. Okay guys, just finished installing the air filter as you saw. Now we're going to check the oil level and top it off if need be.
Yep.
Okay, gonna start taking the fuel filter assembly apart so I can get the filter out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and zip tie this out of the way so it'll give us some room to work. I think it's... Okay, hopefully this will work. Should, in theory. There you go, that's brilliant. Alright, we're just going to pull it out now. Hopefully it comes out nice and easy and doesn't make a massive mess. Looks okay. Let that drain. Best doesn't get too much. Smells like diesel. Alright, gonna let that sit in there now. Over here out of the way. Okay, alright, we're gonna go ahead and put the new fuel filter in now. This is OE Volkswagen. Just a hot tip, guys. Get the factory one, they're cheap compared to the aftermarket stuff, and it's factory, so you don't have to worry about it. So you submerge that fully in there like so, and then you need to add fuel now on top of this and let it soak in, but don't pour it down the middle one because that's going into the engine. So you want to make sure it's fuel that's filtered. So you pour it down the edges here as best you can, and then we should be good to go. Okay, it's going to cut the zip tie now. Let's see how this goes back on. Submerged it with fuel. Get it to sit down in there correctly. There you go. Okay, let's start bolting her back down. But now these should be torqued in a star pattern like you do with your wheels. So just snug them up first and then tighten them. There you go. You're not torquing it. Oops. Torque to spec, which is my gut feeling of this. Okay, I think that's it for now. Now we're ready to start her up. All right, we're gonna start her up now. Let's see how she goes. Started up nice and good, that did. Okay, I think we're good to go. Cool. All right, now I just got to do the cabin filter, and then I'll check the oil again once it's drained down to the bottom. Okay. All right, guys, we're tackling the cabin filter now. It's pretty basic. Basically, you just need to drop the glove box, and there's some little clips here on the left and the right side. You pull those out, and it basically gives you access to drop the glove box. So drop the glove box, and there's access to your cabin filter. Okay, now you just got to basically slide this cover down, and Tiffany will show you how that pops off. Just basically push down on it now. There you go, that's it, that's it. And that cover comes off like so. And then you just pull out the, ooh, it looks like it's not been changed in a while. We're gonna have to do some vacuuming. Okay, this is the first, oh, okay, yeah, it's full of grime. That's a pretty dirty filter. I mean, yeah, it's got some bits in it. There's no dead animals, but there are some leaves and some crumbs in it. So that's probably the original cabin filter, I would imagine. So we'll go ahead and open the box bag and get the new one slide back in. All right, we're putting the air filter back in. Tiffany got it out of the bag. And make sure, guys, when you put it in, you got the arrow flow pointing down. So we'll go ahead and slop that back in now. There you go. That's in. And then put the cover back on. See how this cover goes back on. It's a little tricky, so there you go. Mine's back in those little slots there, I think. That's it. And just shove it on. That's it. Cool. All right, now I just gotta close the glove box. Put that back together. I need to vacuum in here from it's a really dirty filter. Let me show you. You start separating the veins. Look at the muck in these veins. I think that's the original 60,000 mile pollen filter. So I definitely recommend you guys replace your filters. That's it. Back together. All right, guys, now it's time for a full detail. So I've done the service. Now we're gonna polish it up. Get all this grime off the car. Look at that. It's filthy. Yeah, it needs a bath. Muddy winter UK. So yeah, we'll give it a detail now. Okay, and that concludes the service on the Passat. Really happy with how it turned out and the knowledge I've gained on working on a diesel, because I've never worked on before in my life. So granted, I only did maintenance, but it was interesting. It's all done now, so documented it in the book, ready to go. If you guys like this video, if you have any questions about doing an oil change on the 1.6 turbo diesel Passat, or changing anything that you didn't understand in the video, feel free to ask me questions in the comments below, or just let me know how you guys think I'm doing with the videos and if you're happy with them and enjoy watching them. If you're a new person watching, please like and subscribe and follow along to what we're doing. We got some cool cars that we work on, and there's many more to come. I'm starting off. Got some cool projects coming up that I want to start working on, so hoping you guys will be sticking around. The Mulkey's coming back next weekend, so stay tuned for that. We'll be doing a service on that, ready for the driving this summer, because the weather's turning, even though it's raining right now, so I'm lucky I finished. But anyway, let's chat. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care of yourselves.